I can't say enough good things about them, and I can't say one bad thing. Our old location, which is just across the way, was about a 2,400 square foot building with about 1,500 of it being museum space. And we were simply outgrowing it. We had artifacts and memorabilia from the Civil War through the latest wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, and we had no place to display them in a way that paid honor to the men and women that served.
We've obviously opened the new museum here in dedicated May this year, and Mr. Wolf's name is on it. He's our donor, Korean veteran. When him and his wife came into the old museum, they told us once that you don't have very much room in here, do you?
So we talked about a new museum, and never in my wildest dreams did I think it was accomplishable. So we hired an architect, and they drew up some plans of a brick and mortar structure that was way out of our capabilities of fundraising. So I started researching other types of buildings, and I'm on the internet one day surfing, and I come across a barn-dominium. I didn't even know what a barn-dominium was 5 years ago, but it was what I always considered a pole barn. I have since learned they call them post and frame buildings, and it was amazing looking. And I'm thinking, hey, if these people can make a barn-dominium out of a metal-sided pole barn, why can't we do a museum? And we had a lot of conversation about what were we sacrificing by not doing a brick and mortar building. And there were none. There were no sacrifices. When we asked the questions of the group from Milmar, what do we gain? The gains outweighed the losses. We sacrificed nothing. We've got this beautiful structure that's going to last for many generations. And they walked me through the process of how a post and frame building is erected.
They did the right thing of making everything white inside. It makes it larger and more appealing, and it's well insulated. And during construction, one time the air conditioning went on a hot day, several days, they didn't even realize it. It was so well insulated it stayed comfortable inside.
I am grateful that Jack and Josh took me under their wing, introduced me to their foreman that ran the job. His name was Daniel. And as questions arose, Daniel answered them. He never hesitated. He said, Greg, you got questions? I'll get you answers if I don't have them. And he did. And it made the construction process that much easier, especially for us. We're a bunch of guys that have never built a building before, but Milmar has, and they made it easy. So that took a lot of stress off of my shoulders as the commander, knowing that the construction was going as planned, and by design and by blueprint, by state-approved drawings, all of which Milmar helped us get. They put the drawings in, they submitted everything to the state, they got approval, and then the construction started, and they led us every step of the way. And I would do it again. I'll tell you, if we have another building of this type of structure or need, Jack's going to be the first one I call at Milmar, and I wouldn't hesitate.
Now we have a beautiful 6,000 square foot building. The building process went very smooth. This whole property has come tenfold from where it used to be, and we're excited not only for our community, but for veterans everywhere. Our attendance has increased, our veteran population is increasing as they continue to come out here in large groups, and schools. Our whole goal is to make sure that no veteran will ever be forgotten, but also from an educational standpoint, there's a whole generation of kids now that will understand war more and what really took place, what really happened, and they can see it for themselves when they come and visit.
After they were done with the building, I could call Jack or Josh and get answers from them, or guidance if they weren't responsible for that aspect of the construction, and they never let me down. I can't say enough good things about them, and I can't say one bad thing. The whole thing, from the first hole being bored in the ground, to the last hole, to the posts going up, to the metal siding, it was just a simple process that allowed us to succeed where we may have otherwise failed.
I mean, this building, when you walk in, I remember your reaction when you stepped in, and your first words were, wow. So they did a great job.
But it's an attractive building, and we're expecting it to last many generations.
What realizing is what Milmar has done to give us a place to where we can expose the good times and talk about the bad times. And it's just a terrific group of people that put this together, and we're so happy with it.
So from top to bottom, I couldn't ask for a better group. I couldn't have asked for a better supervisor on site daily, and Daniel. I can only stress that the ease of construction was because of their knowledge and expertise, and I am grateful for that.